I'm going to give this restaurant a rover review. It's gonna be basically on points from 1 to 10. 1 being the worst restaurant ever, and then 10 it would be the most amazing restaurant I've ever eaten in. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Family Rovers. Today, due to unfortunate circumstances, we were unable to do our original plan, which was going to be mushroom hunting in the mountains. So instead, I decided to take you all to a really nice restaurant here in Niš. It's one of the better restaurants here. It's called Stambolijski. I'm going to give you a quick peek around where we are sat. It actually has a garden area, but today it was quite full. Some celebrations going on. But fortunately we were able to find a table inside, and it's actually quite empty, which is really awesome for the whole filming part of things. So let me give you a quick look where I'm seated and how it looks like. So we are sitting here in the corner and we are now preparing to order food, and as you can see, the actual room itself is really awesome looking. It's clean, somewhat old style, which is to be expected for such a restaurant. Okay, so the ordering part is over. I had to do it in Serbian. It wasn't that interesting actually. We've ordered a couple of dishes which are let's say specialties here in this restaurant. So we're going to try the best that the restaurant has to offer, and as soon as the food comes, I'm gonna walk you through what we ordered, and then we'll do some tasting, and in the end I'm going to give this restaurant a rover review. It's gonna be basically on points from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst restaurant ever, and then 10 it would be the most amazing restaurant I've ever eaten in, and we'll see where this one falls in. I'm really excited so far. The staff is actually really professional and it's really nice. They are actually not even bothered with us filming, which is also great. We're now going to wait for the food and see you then.
Hello.
Hello.
While we're waiting for the food to arrive, I would like to tell you a couple of things about the restaurant itself. Actually, the actual building and the garden, it was initially built 150 years ago, and right now is the only preserved building here in Niš that has this kind of age. Before it was a private house, a very rich private house, and at some point they turned it into a restaurant. So a big piece of history of Niš inside this restaurant, which is adding to the cool factor of the restaurant itself. I've been just looking through the website of the restaurant and I found another really interesting piece of information. The actual chef that created the menu and the actual meals is none other than Sasha Misic, which for you may not be much by the name, but he had a TV show which is similar to Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, and that's interesting. Let's see what kind of food we can expect to get from here. First up, we have the entree, which is lamb soup. It comes in this really interesting holder and a clay pot, and it's looking quite nice. So let's taste. Time to taste. It's all in the taste. It's looking really good.
Momci, napravite malo mesta, možete da dobijete ručak. Što? Napravite malo mesta.
Malo mesta. I ovdje. Možemo malo napred tako. Eto, napravili. Opa. Izvolite.
Hvala. Odlična je supca. To je čorbica.
Hvala vam.
The soup is extremely tasty. It has a lot of meat inside. And so far, so good. One thing I like with this particular soup, it's not salty. Usually, when they come, they're quite a bit salty, so they're not for everyone's taste. For example, my mom, she doesn't like salt, so when the soup is too salty, it's not the best experience. But this one actually is not salty at all, so if somebody likes more salty food, he can add, but you cannot take away, which is awesome. My mom ordered a classic hamburger, Serbian hamburger with potatoes, so I'm gonna take a bite just to taste. And a bit of the potato. Again, the not salty thing continues, the theme. The meat is good quality, so this one is also quite good. And let me take the next one, which is my wife's chicken fillet with Parmesan sauce and some vegetables. So I'll just take a taste of the chicken fillet. Let's see. This one was really nicely grilled. It's not how I like to say that, it's not beaten or grilled to death, because here in Serbia they tend to grill it, especially the chicken, they tend to grill it rock hard. So this one is actually nice and soft. The sauce itself, again, not overwhelming. And the thing is, nothing is salty, which is quite interesting. So right now I think we're even missing a bit of the salt. And just to show you, this is the salad we got. It's tomatoes and paprika. The quality is here. The salad is also really, really good. Last on the menu, my order, and this is lamb, which is cooked in a clay pot basically, and it's slow cooked, and it should be really tender and tasty. So let's give it a go. Yeah, the tender part they got. Taste the potato. It's nice and tender. Again, interestingly, it seems that they undersalt everything. It's not salty enough, so I will need to add salt. But so far, I mean, the food has a good quality. So now we'll end our meal, and then in the end, I'm gonna give you my result. I'm done eating, and let me show you. The plate is empty. The plate is almost empty. That plate will be empty soon. And overall, the actual food and the quality of the food is really good. Now, only the scoring remains. Hang around. We're nearing the end of the video, and as I'm walking back to the car, I'm going to leave my thoughts about the restaurant, and I'm going to rate it also from 1 to 10. And after that, we'll end up today's episode. If you like this video, consider subscribing, like and comment below. So the actual quality of the food was quite good. It was a bit lacking salt overall. and I have to take into account, I always have to take into account the actual price, which I'm going also to reveal. So the meal was about $70, which for Serbian standards it's not a lot, but it's not a little too. So it's high-end food, high-end restaurant. And based on that, based on the fact that this was a high-end restaurant, let me think. I have to unfortunately give it a 6, which is, again, it's quite good, but I've eaten better, and for this kind of quality I was expecting more. See you in the next one.